Board session record, Mara Cybernetics. Meeting type, damage control. Location, obsidian table, windowless floor, soundproofing. At compliance standard. Attendance, executive class human units, augmented. Age range, long. A holographic display flickers at center. Feed stutters under load. Data loss across 8 hours presents as visual corruption, red flags, and delayed reconciliation. Incident telemetry. Sublevel infrastructure, compromised. Security teams, deceased. Facility status, non-operational. Silence registers. Not grief silence. Not horror silence. Computation silence. Men doing math. Bodies treated as figures. Figures treated as tolerable. These units are old. These units are wealthy. These units have built empires from replacement parts. They profit from flesh as readily as steel. Chair costs exceed the annual compensation of the deceased. No concern is detected. Concern is not required at this pay grade. Chair unit speaks. Voice, measured. Urgency, absent. Augmented eye flickers behind thick-rimmed glasses that remain in use as a historical costume. Transcript fragment. 74 personnel lost. Delivered as quarterly report. Significant damage to deeper research wings. An experimental division exposed. Exposure is not framed as moral failure. Exposure is framed as risk of discovery. Silence continues. Finger taps register from a younger executive unit. Suit, cleaner. Jaw, sharper. Patience, low. This unit believes in efficiency and understands spectacle's role in control. Transcript fragment. So. What's the spin? No one looks up. No one names the butchered security officers. No one catalogs the crawling remnants. No one verbalizes the anomalies. Naming produces liability. Naming makes it real. This room prefers fiction that can be invoiced. They discuss damage control. They discuss what matters. Narrative architecture. Public-facing compliance. External security unit provides an option without looking up. Console engagement indicates emotional insulation. This is practiced. Transcript fragment. We can push a breach narrative. Breach narrative, acceptable. Data extraction attempt by unknown rival, plausible. Actions proposed. Wipe facility logs. Alter security footage. Introduce falsified evidence. Manufacture outside actor. Manufacture is spoken like maintenance. A senior unit scoffs. Engagement, minimal. Transcript fragment. Arrival. Which one? Choices offered, Somnius. Iron Cartel. Names function as talismans. Names distract. Names reassure the public that danger is external and therefore containable. External security unit shrugs. Transcript fragment. Does it matter? Answer, no. The illusion of conflict performs nearly as well as the truth. Truth requires consequences. Illusion only requires coordination. Chair unit nods once. Moves to the next agenda item. Empathy remains absent. Transcript fragment. And the remaining assets. This is the real question. Not the dead. Not the compromised corridors. Not the altered bodies. Assets. The younger executive unit leans forward. Expression shifts. Interest rises. A predator noticing a new opening in policy. The feed flickers again. Red indicators flash. Lost footage attempts to reassert itself, but it is corrected. Corrected by protocol. Corrected by budget. Corrected by people who believe money is stronger than hunger. A notification tone is suppressed. Suppression indicates confidence. Confidence indicates blindness. Blindness is a common executive perk. In the sublevels, something woke up. Up here, something else wakes up. Not conscience. Not fear. Opportunity. Proceed with narrative deployment. Proceed with record revision. Proceed with staff replacement. Proceed with asset recovery. For your comfort, no mention will be made of the flesh pits. For your safety, no mention will be made of the things that survived. Executive session continues. Agenda item, remaining assets. Subtext, survival. A hand taps an interface. The gesture is casual. The content is not. Transcript fragment. We still have 12 fully intact NYX units in containment. A feed renders on the holographic plane. Sealed chamber footage. Low resolution. High certainty. Compression artifacts cannot obscure the golden signature standing inside the frame. A retrieval class presence. Not employed by this table. Not loyal to these budgets. Not licensed under these signatures. The room hesitates. Microdelays register in posture, breath, and pupil response. These are not fear responses for death. These are fear responses for oversight. Detachment falters. A new variable enters. Somnius Industries' presence is confirmed by absence of permission. The younger executive unit exhales through the nose. A statement is issued as if stating a policy violation will correct it. Transcript fragment. She shouldn't be there. A ripple of tension moves across the chairs. For the first time, this is not just a corporate discussion. This is a liability assessment. A perimeter has been crossed. Not in the sublevels. In the hierarchy. Somnius Industries is present. Not as a name in a rival narrative. As a living intrusion. Inside the wreckage of Mara's mistakes. Presence implies knowledge. Knowledge implies leverage. Leverage implies loss. If Somnius knows, Mara is already behind. Catch-up is expensive. Catch-up is rarely successful. Catch-up requires sacrifices that the board will call strategy. Chair unit leans back. Fingers steeple. Expression remains neutral. Neutrality is a mask for probability runs. Solvable. Unsolvable. Past the point of resolution. These numbers are calculated silently. Silence is the sound of a decision forming. External security unit speaks flatly. Flat speech indicates the speaker has already accepted the conclusion. Transcript fragment. Luminous analyst is an executive retrieval asset. Definition follows. Transcript fragment. That means one thing. Interruption arrives, not from anger, but from recognition. Transcript fragment. Somnius is making a move. Silence returns. This one heavier. Heavier because it confirms the body count was not the incident. The incident was the invitation. The younger executive unit rolls the jaw. Eyes move around the room. Faces that have built careers on the assumption of immunity. Power too big to fail. Accountability never arriving. Somnius never knocking. Knocking is present now. Knocking is not a sound. Knocking is a feat on a table. Knocking is a retrieval class figure inside a sealed chamber, standing among property that does not belong to her employer. A slow exhale. Then the vote is called. Transcript fragment. All in favor of purging all remaining evidence. Hands rise. No hesitation. No dissent. No moral language. No mention of the deceased. No mention of the altered. No mention of the hungry. Consensus arrives instantly because this is how executive class survival works. The solution is never justice. The solution is never consequence. The solution is fire. Authorized actions implied. Burn the assets. Bury the data. Erase the evidence. Rebuild the narrative. Reassign blame to a ghost. Fire is clean in boardrooms. Fire is a method of accounting. Fire turns questions into smoke. Smoke turns witnesses into background noise. When the smoke clears, the chairs remain occupied. The table remains polished. The glasses remain on the augmented eye. The numbers will be reported as minimized. The losses will be framed as necessary. The division will be renamed. And somewhere below, in a sealed chamber, a retrieval class presence watches 12 intact units as if watching inventory. Inventory does not scream in reports. Inventory does not beg in meetings. Inventory is scheduled. Thank you for cooperating. This is not punitive. This is standard risk mitigation. Please remain seated until the decision finishes consuming everything it touches.